Hi, it's Charlene Sanjenko, and we're having another conversation today leading up to the Sunshine Coast Business Recovery Forum. I'm really pleased to be chatting today with Mark Yellowley from Wheatberries here on the Sunshine Coast. Hi, Mark.
Hey, Char, how are you?
Good, thank you. Thanks so much. We've been having a great conversation today, just really in preparation for next week's forum. And Mark, we've just been reflecting on the past 90 days, a bit of a blur that it has been, and I wondered if you would share some of your reflections on what life has been like as an entrepreneur on the Sunshine Coast in this time.
Oh, wow. Yeah, well thanks for the introduction, Charlene. So I think it's been one of the most challenging times in almost 25 years of entrepreneurship on the coast. I also think that in a lot of ways it's been one of the most rewarding times in terms of some of the work we've been able to focus on, some of the leadership we've seen in our local business community, as well as I feel some of the amazing results that we've seen and the amazing way that our community has pulled together.
Yeah, I agree. I can't agree more. I know that one of the reasons I wanted to speak with you is you've been a part of a really innovative project and a really innovative collaboration that is called the Sunshine Coast Response Meals. And I wondered if you could talk about that quick pivot and response to a need of the community that you undertook with a couple of partners.
Yeah, so early in sort of COVID time, if I can call it that, Jane and I were really concerned that as we moved into what businesses look like, that the operations of our business really reflected our values. We wanted it to be impactful. We immediately connected with Sunshine Coast Community Services. We looked at, we had some conversations there that were really informative around what their challenges were going to be. And shortly that led to conversations with Tim and Stephanie at Drift Cafe in Gibsons. And basically from there, a collaboration came together that would become the Sunshine Coast Food Service Response Meal Program, which essentially had local restaurants and food producers making meals. And to date, we have sold close to 5,000 meals, which has contributed to over 1,000 meals being available for people, our neighbors in need on the coast. So we've felt very well supported in that program, and we felt that both with retail partners, Bob and Sue Hoy at IGA Gibsons, as well as Neil and Christina Clayton to Clayton's Heritage Market in Seashelt. We've also had meals for sale at the Gibsons Butcher, as well as Good Acre Market at Gibsons Public Market. So it's been a really wonderful example of collaboration towards a social purpose that we've had some great results with. We feel really positive about it.
Wow, almost 5,000 meals, like that's incredible. You should feel proud, all of you. And I know that we've been talking a bit about how over the past 90 days that some of the lines between traditional business and not-for-profits and all of these different containers, but really what's happened during COVID is we've come together as a community to try to figure out how to best take care of our community. And some of those lines have been blurred. It's just, we've really just come together as partners to just try to figure things out. And I wondered if there was, looking forward to the next 90 days, if there's any lessons that, you've learned, or any things you've picked up on that you actually hope expand, or that others might maybe lean into.
Yeah, thank you. Great question. And yeah, wonderful observations. I completely agree. I think in a lot of ways, we've just seen so many positive ways that our community has connected, not just in food service, but in mental health, in terms of people getting on board to assist with deliveries, companies helping companies. So I think really the next 90 days, both from a operational point of view for companies, as well as an overall economic consideration, the opportunities to collaborate, to work together, to strengthen relationships, which has always been what we love about the Sunshine Coast. The opportunity for that is really great. And so I think the next 90 days for me is what I'm really hoping to see is that we're able to really build on some of those relationships that exist between business and not-for-profit, between professionals offering different services in our community, and really look at how we support each other moving forward. And I think that's really going to offer us both a uniquely Sunshine Coast solution, as well as probably our best opportunity moving forward to economically support each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I couldn't agree more. I think a big part of finding our footing in the next 90 days is by having those conversations to see where values might align, and then projects come out of that. I think, if values align, partnerships just kind of flourish, even if they're short-term or long-term partnerships. And I know that one of the reasons we want to bring folks together on June 25th for the forum is really to listen to reflections like you've shared today, but also to have the opportunity in small groups to just initiate some of those conversations, because I do believe that partnerships and collaborations and ideas and innovation are all sparked first by a conversation, like the one that we've had today. I'm just wondering, when you're thinking about something like the forum, I mean, we're all busy trying to reopen our businesses and whatnot, but what would you say to someone, just in terms of the importance of being in the room, having the conversation, showing up to the business forum? Any thoughts on that?
I think being there next week gives people the opportunity to have a say in where that story kind of continues and continues to evolve. So for anyone who's interested in collaboration and interested in working together, building stronger relationships between each other, it's okay to not ever have everything figured out right now. Jane and I certainly don't have everything figured out, and we're working towards that. And but what's really nice to think is that potentially through conversation, we can start to build relationships and collaborations with other business owners on the coast, so that we all support each other, and that's the way that we look towards being successful in the future. And so, do we know what that looks like? No, but we have some ideas, and we know that other business owners have ideas as well that we're interested in hearing. So yeah. I think that being part of where that story begins will be a really interesting place to be next week.
Yeah, I agree. Well, thank you for being willing to have a conversation with me today. I just wanted to leave, you said a really interesting thought when we were chatting earlier. We have the opportunity to really to think about, do we want to operate differently moving forward? And COVID has caused us to have to really turn everything over and look at all the pieces. And now we have that opportunity. Okay, moving forward, what do we want to keep? What do we want to simplify? How do we want to work differently? And so I think just being able to talk that out and hear other people as well is just such an important opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's always powerful too to hear someone else who has the same questions that you have, or someone else that has the same, because sometimes, especially at a time that we've gone through where we're all literally isolated, Zoom is lovely, but be in a room with a whole bunch of other entrepreneurs who share similar challenges and who, are looking at similar opportunities and how to manifest those. That can be a powerful place to be, just so that we know that it's all right to be feeling the way that we're feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. And that we're not alone. We're all just
Yeah,
trying to figure this out. Yeah.
yeah,
Thank you
absolutely.
so much, Mark. I
Yeah,
really appreciate it. And we'll see you on June 25th.
yeah, look forward to it.
Thank you.